In this video, I want to quickly discuss with you 3 reasons why you need to start to think about how you can start to make money in US dollars, even as you live in Nigeria. Number one reason is what I call dollar shock. Believe me, if we know that today dollar will be 1,600 naira per dollar, I mean the exchange rate will be 1,600 per dollar, we probably would have maybe started to make or put all our best to start to make money in dollars some 7-10 years ago. A few years ago, I had a discussion with my clique of church members, pastor friends. It was even in the church we were discussing, and I told them, as at that time, dollar was the exchange rate was at 450 naira per dollar. In fact, it had just moved from 150 naira to 450 naira per dollar, and I told them that this exchange rate is going to hit 1,000. Everybody shouted, "No, Prof, why will you talk like that? You need to be optimistic. We need to confess positive things." I told them, I said, of course, as people of faith, we know that we have power in our tongues and we can shift things in the spiritual realm that can apply in the physical. No doubt about that. But when it comes to the working of an economy, let the truth be told. Whatever has brought the exchange rate from 150 naira per dollar to 450 naira per dollar can still take it to 1,000. So we had the argument that day, and believe me, after like maybe 6 months or maybe 9 months, dollar jumped from 450 naira per dollar over 1,000 naira per dollar. It was like a shock. Now that shock is still going to happen again and again if nothing is done to stabilize things, to put structure in place to curtail such a movement of dollar. We hope that dollar will not do that, but the truth is, what if you wake up one day and you heard it that the exchange rate is now 3,000 naira per dollar? What will you do to it? Now, the best you can do for yourself is to start the journey of, what can I do to be making money in US dollars? You see, the people at the helms of affair, they are making money from this dollar of a thing, or from this exchange rate. I doubt if they will work things out to bring it down anytime soon. Of course, we hope for the best, and I know that Nigeria is going to get better, of course. But the truth is, if it happens that what we are hoping for is not what we now saw in terms of reality, what will be your stance? So this is the first reason why I believe that everyone living in Nigeria, that as long as you still have energy, you still have life, you should strive to begin to earn money in US dollars. The second reason why I feel you should start to earn money in US dollar is what I call Naira illusion. You see, in economics, there is a concept called money illusion, where people are more concerned about the money in their hand rather than what that money can buy. You see, just imagine that somebody earning 100,000 naira as of 2016. If you compare that person with somebody earning 400,000 naira of today, in fact, that person can be better off in terms of what 100,000 naira can buy in as of 2016. 400,000 naira might not be able to buy it now. Now, this is because of the effect of the hyperinflation in the country. Now, developed countries, they ensure that they put policy structure in place to make their inflation rates to be around 2%. In fact, if inflation rate is moving away from 2%, it becomes an issue to the central bank of developed countries. Now, for instance, in Canada, as of April, according to trading economists, the inflation rate is around 1.7%. USA is 2.3%, UK is 2.6%. Guess what? Nigeria inflation rate as of April is 23.7%. You see, all this percent might not really make sense to a non-economist person, but let me quickly dissect it so that you can understand. What that means is that for, let's take USA now and Nigeria, let's compare it. USA, the inflation rate as of April is 2.3%. It means that if you have a basket of goods that cost you 100,000 naira, for instance, now in a year the inflation rate is 2.3% year on year. It means that if you prorate the 2.3%, it will take like 32 years before you can buy that same basket of good at 200,000, which means that it will take that long, like 32 years. You can do the calculation. If you do calculation of 2.3% in inflation every year, it will take like 32 years before you can buy the basket of goods that is 100,000 now in 2025, before you can buy it at double the price, which is 200,000. In the case of Nigeria, that the inflation rate is 23.7%, the basket of goods that you are buying for 100,000 naira today, May 2025, by May 2028 you will be buying it for around 200,000 naira by the inflation. You see that? Now, as the inflation is growing, employers, they are not ready to change your salary. They are not ready to increase your salary to meet up with the growth in the inflation rate. So you are caught in the web of naira illusion. You just be hearing the number, I earn 500,000. My salary now, at least I'm a top management level, is now 800,000. It's just number. As long as inflation is eating hard on it, it's just money illusion, is naira illusion. This is another reason why you need to start to make money in US dollars. Like, you can start the journey now. Of course, if it will take you a year or 2 years, at least you have started. Now, another reason, which is going to be the last reason I will discuss with you, is what I call productivity undervaluation. Whether you like it or not, as long as you are in Nigeria, they will pay you based on the minimum wage to start with. They will pay you based on the salary scale obtainable in your industry. You cannot say, you see, I graduated with first class. You see, I am a first class person in my thought. I can think sharp. I can deliver. I am productive. And because of that, you have to pay me special. Nobody will pay you special. Why? Because the salary scale is fixed. That even if you have opportunity to get into the system, that is when you'll be paid such a salary scale. A lot of people can still not get into the system. Now, when you now get into the system, you cannot even think, nobody will even change it. The labor union is not thinking of changing it because they have tried. Minimum wage, they tried at last. You know, the government gave us what they feel is okay for us. So, productivity undervaluation will continue to hit us hard as the working class of an economy like Nigeria. Nobody is coming to rescue you anytime soon. So you need to set up yourself such that you can be productive to the point that you will now serve other people from other countries. You get it now? That you cannot say on the average I earn in US dollar. Now these are the three reasons why I believe that, especially young people, you are listening to me and you are still within 30, 40, 50 hours, you need to think about making money in US dollar. And of course, even if you are above 50, above 60, you can still do something to make money in US dollar. With these few reasons, I believe you are convinced that there is need for you to start to think about how you can make money in US dollar. If you want to connect to us with our trading system, because we have just launched a trading system 1st of May 2025. If you feel you want to leverage on the financial market, of course, we are always available for you. Just reach out to us. I'm going to leave the summary draft of our trading system in the description. You can download it, read through it, and of course, you get our contact there. Thank you for listening. God bless you.